What if? What if instead of focusing on fixing the bad, on solving my problems, on lessening the things that make me uncomfortable, I focus on increasing the good? If I just ignore my problems for a little while and focus on increasing the good, it's not going to ignore them, it's not going to allow them to fester, it's merely a shift in focus that allows the good to increase, that allows the positive to grow. What then? Well, then as the positive increases, the negative will lessen. Just as our neurological pathways build new pathways and let the old ones decay, so can we with the problems in our life. So can we with our energy. So can we with our focus. By shifting from the bad, from the problems, from fixing them to the good, we can naturally allow them to fade away. By focusing on problems, we're trying to mold and shape something into something else. We're trying to manipulate it. We're trying to force it. And there's resistance, and it's hard, and it's difficult, and it doesn't feel like it's working. By shifting towards the positive, we're merely creating something new. We're creating a new reality where the old doesn't exist. And in doing so, rather than mold, we're just starting afresh with a blank page, and you can create anything you like. You can create the vision that you want and step into it. Start acting as if that is your reality, and let those problems solve themselves because they don't exist in your new reality. Act as if they don't. Embody the feelings that they don't. Create the life that you would have if you didn't have those problems. Step into that, make it your reality, and naturally those problems no longer exist. So rather than focusing on those problems and how it would feel if you could just fix them, focus on how it would feel if they didn't exist. Instead of focusing on those problems and creating from circumstance, from how would it look if we took a few steps away from those problems, if we improved those problems, rather than creating from that circumstance, shift away from that and create from that possibility, that blank page, and think, how would it look if I lived without those problems, if my life was free of those, if I could have this situation to look any way I wanted it to look, anyway, creating from possibility, creating from that blank page. Think about what your ideal situation will be and then take it up a notch. What is your ideal situation? Because what we often do is say, I'd like this to be better, and then we think of 1 or 2 steps ahead. But no, I want you to create that vision. Think about how it would look if it was exactly as you wanted it. If you could have anything you wanted, if all your wishes would come true, create that vision and then start stepping into it. Start acting as if it's true. Start adopting some of the habits of the version of you who lives there. What does she do? How does she act? How does she hold herself? Does she move through her day with more confidence? Because she knows that this is her reality now. She's not tackling problems. She's not trying to fix things. She's not struggling. She's just living in this new reality. So how does she act now? Chances are she probably acts with a lot more ease and grace and confidence because she knows that she is in her power, and then what she desires is coming true. She's not fixing problems, she's not caught up, she's not struggling, she is in her power. So she would act with ease, she would act with confidence, she would go with the flow. She would know that simply through her thoughts and her energy and her vibration, she is creating the reality that she desires. How does she speak to other people? How does she interact? What does she do in the mornings? What's her morning routine? How does she spend her days? What kind of people is she around? How does she answer the phone? Does she journal? What kind of food does she eat? You can ask yourself all these things and take each and every little snippet and turn that into an action for you to embody this new higher self. And you can start creating this magical new reality where everything goes smoothly and you have the highest vibes and you are your ideal self and everything you desire comes true. You can embody that and start to create it. And how does that feel? How does this energy feel? This energy of creation and possibility compared to that energy of trying to fix a problem. I bet it feels a whole lot higher. I bet it feels a whole lot more open with possibility. It feels so much more exciting. You can feel that energy shift. You can feel that energy is so much higher. It is flowing. There is power here. When you focus on those problems, when you focused at the start of this audio, you could feel that resistance, that trying to mold something into something different, trying to move it a step or two away. We are done with that. We are going to create our vision, and then we're going to create that reality. No more do we focus on problems, no more do we focus on bad. We can just let them sitting there. It's okay. We can just let them sit next to us, put them in a pocket, look at them later, whatever. We don't need to focus on that all day. We can come back to them later if they need, but they aren't going to grow and fester. It's not like some kind of mold culture. It's just a circumstance. And a circumstance is merely the physical manifestation of all your previous thoughts and energy and beliefs and expectations. That's all those are. So if you just stop the flow of those thoughts, beliefs, expectations, and energy, if you just let them stop in their tracks and you just sit them there and you focus your new thoughts, beliefs, expectation, and energy towards this vision that you actually desire, if you start manifesting this thing instead of re-manifesting those same circumstances over and over, you focus on this thing, this vision, those things that are sitting in your pocket, they're not going to grow like a mold culture. They will die off because you're not feeding them. They will fade away. They will lessen and they will solve themselves, because in this new reality you are creating the solution rather than focusing on the problem. You are creating that reality you want, in which the solution is there by virtue of your creation, because you have decided what it's going to look like. Nothing to do with solving problems, everything to do with creating your vision. So, from now on, just let those things, like a piece of paper in the pocket. Yeah, the problems are there. Yeah, it's just a little thing on a piece of paper. It's not a big deal. Just a manifestation of your previous thoughts. Just leave them there. Not a big deal. Whatever. Nothing's going to happen. No good comes from worrying about it. Nothing happens from leaving it there. They can just sit. Doesn't matter. Whatever problem it is, doesn't matter. It's just it's an illusion. It's a physical reality it's a physical manifestation of those thoughts. So imagine it's like on a TV screen. We're going to change the channel now. We're going to change the channel, leave those there. From now on, you are focusing on the good. You are focusing on this vision. And in those moments when you're struggling with those problems, shift your mindset, not on how can I fix this, but how would I act if this was already going the way that I wanted it to? How would I act in my vision? Now you may feel like your problem's a big one, but I've been applying this to parenting, and I gotta say it works, because I'm acting from my new self, not my old self. I could be struggling with the kids, I could be struggling with rice all over the floor, but I decide how I am going to act, and I act in this new vision of myself who doesn't really care that there's rice all over the floor, because I can clean it up at any point. Whatever your problem is, in that moment, take a breath. You've got a choice. Decide how you're going to respond rather than reacting. Because you are your highest self, and you are a powerful goddess, and you create your reality with your thoughts and your energy. And if you can lead with that, if you can shift that thought and then lead with your energy, then you will see a different response from your reality, because you create it. So you've got this. I believe in you. I know you're going to create this amazing new vision in your life. I know you're going to step into this ideal version of yourself, and I know you're going to feel better for it. You're going to feel the confidence. You're going to feel the high vibrations, the radiance that version of yourself feels, and it's gonna feel really damn good. So start right now. Do it all day, do it every day until it becomes habit and you just are her, because you are. That is your higher self. That's who you are on the inside. This powerful, radiant, confident goddess who creates her reality with her thoughts and energy, who leads the people around her naturally through that energy, through being this beacon of light, of grace, of radiance and confidence, who is in her power and is confident that this reality around her is being created simply by her thoughts and energy, and people can see that. People can see that confidence, and your reality will be created from that. So that is you, this powerful goddess. Go out into the world and be her.